This video is about how to create an heirloom pig, from designing a line drawing to creating a digitized pattern to stitching out on the sewing machine. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to create a crazy quilt pig by adding lines, and the biggest part of doing this is making sure that all your lines end up being joined. Now we're going to use Design Creator, a component of 5D software, which is the format for FOF sewing machines. We'll digitize the pattern using the lines that we've drawn inside our outline. Now this is a very time-consuming activity. The whole process from creating line drawing to getting it to the point that we see it now, where all the different sections are filled with different colors and stitches, takes several hours. And depending on the degree of detail you want, it could even take longer than that. But you can always save it and come back to it and work on it later. How to get all the information of the 50,000 stitches in 8 colors from the computer to the sewing machine? A flash drive, of course. In this case, I use a dedicated 1 gig. We're moving from the virtual world to the real world, and we have to set up our materials to get ready to stitch. First of all, we need to put on the embroidery or free motion foot. Next, we have to set up our hoop with stabilizer, and in this case I'm using a stabilizer that is sticky, and you have to apply it to the hoop and then tear away the protective coating, and then put on your fabric. And next of all, you have your sewing machine all set and ready to go. The design has been loaded into the sewing machine from the flash drive, and you can see on the little screen there that there are a bunch of designs already on that flash drive. So what I'm having to do is pick out the one I want, and the one I want is in pink. Then once I get it chosen, I have to put it on the screen where I can see how to position it so it will be in the hoop correctly. Now, it's not in the hoop correctly, it's in a horizontal attitude, and I need to change it so that it will fit within the sides of the hoop. And there it is, all ready to go. And now, one side of our pig is finished. Now that we have one side done, we need to do the second side of the pig and the ears. To create the second side of the pig, I use a mirror image editing on the screen of the sewing machine, and then stitch out just as I did with the first side. And all piggies need ears, so we have to create ears for the pig, and that was done by the same process of line drawing and fill, and also reverse image, so you have the front and back of each ear. I really like this pig. Maybe we can come up with a good name for it. Finally, we're getting to the last steps of the process. Here is the sewing machine set up for straight stitching, and you notice that I've changed out the foot. In the background you can see the disassembled hook parts sitting on top of each other, and to the left the embroidery unit, which has been detached. In this close-up you can see the straight stitching foot on the machine. It's quite different from the other one we used. Also, this is no longer free motion. This is set up for a 1.5 millimeter stitch, which is a whole millimeter shorter. And the reason I did this pig is going to have to be stuffed really tight, and you want very, very tight stitches so you won't pop open the seam when you're stuffing the pig. Also, I changed out the needle. It's now a jeans needle, which has a really big eye and really heavy for sewing through lots of layers or heavy fabric. What you're seeing here is the body of the pig pinned together, the left side and the right side, and the nice side is on the inside. What you're seeing is the back of the embroidery. Also, the ears are pinned together too. If you notice, I've left about a ½ inch seam allowance, and I've tore off the stabilizer on that ½ inch so that the machine won't have to sew through so much. And if you see the outline of the pig, I can have a stitching line there, so I can just stay right on that and know that I stitched it so that the pig will look right when it's turned right side out. Okay, our pig's all finished. I did the stitching, and after I stitched it, I turned the pig right side out. And there's a 4 out of 4 inch opening at the top where I put in the stuffing. You notice the finished pig, there's a variety of color, and this is all 40 weight rayon thread from various manufacturers. The nose of the pig, as you see, is different colors, but that is not done by using different threads. I used a variegated thread. It's dyed in increments, different colors. And the very last thing is putting the ring and tail on the pig. You have to put in a little embellishment. So I had an old earring, that's the ring on the nose, and then I created the pigtail by using a length of embroidery floss. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you enjoyed watching it.